Of all movie opening scenes, which one sold the entire film? The opening robbery scene in The Dark Knight. The Matrix opening with Trinity was filmed with the entire original budget to convince the studio that they weren't fucking around. Lord of War. The opening credits follow the life of a bullet. It's manufactured, quality checked, packed into a box and then shipped off to an African nation where it gets loaded into a gun and shot into the head of a child soldier. And then we meet the protagonist, Yuri, Nick Cage, standing on a floor of empty casings. Says there's 550 million firearms in the world, one for every 12th person on the planet. Takes a drag on his cigarette and asks, how do we arm the other 11? Edit, misremembered the order of the scenes as a few people have pointed out. Yuri's monologue about one gun for every 12th person, then the life of a bullet sequence. Also, thanks for the golds and silvers. Saving Private Ryan. American Psycho. I remember listening to him list out every single thing he does to groom himself in the morning and I thought what a psycho, then thought I get it. Jurassic Park. It really sets the tone for the movie and the foreshadowing gives you a creepy feeling leading up to the storm. Terminator 2. Starting with scenes of bustling everyday life, rush hour traffic, kids playing, etc. Then white flash to the same burnt-out playground in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Sarah's somber voiceover explaining how it happened. We see a brutal battle between man and machine. Tanks and Terminators crushing human bones under metal treads and feet. We briefly meet the steely face of the human resistance and savior of mankind right before segueing into the opening credits, finishing with an endo skull grinning through the flames. Fuck yeah. Tell me that doesn't get you pumped right there even just reading it. Jaws. You never see the shark in the first attack. Just the knowledge that there's something under the water. Brilliant. Goodfellas. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. Scream has an incredible opening scene. The THX intro. The Matrix. I thought Trinity was the villain. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? Fellowship of the Ring set a great tone for all of what was to come. Raiders of the Lost Ark, all the parts from opening to the point where Indy runs and meets the escape airplane. Spaceballs. That ship going by for 5 minutes or more had me rolling and I never stopped laughing throughout that entire film. Pulp Fiction. I was 14 when I saw it and the opening scene just completely blew me away. Up. Shaun of the Dead. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. The opening scene on the boat in the fog with the young Will and Elizabeth perfectly captures how hilarious, spooky, and kick-ass the rest of the movie is going to be. Also the first Lord of the Rings. So intense on a massive scale only to be followed by the Happy Shire scenes. Children of Men, especially if you've never read the book. Holy cow, that was powerful. 28 weeks later I didn't deserve all these upvotes, thank you. Gladiator, 2000. That battle was incredible, great dialogue, excellent music, human moments. Halloween, the original 1978 version. The entire sequence is a 5-minute uncut POV shot. And then they rip the mask off, and we see that this mysterious killer in the shadows is an 8-year-old boy. Shrek. No kidding. The first time I saw it I was so invested after the opening scene. Tropic Thunder. The Prince of Egypt starting off with Deliver Us was absolutely jaw-dropping. I can't think of a single stronger opening in any of the movies I've ever watched. Granted that isn't a lot because I'm not a big movie person, but still. The first scene of Baby Driver. The Departed. Powerful footage and commentary did such a great job of kicking it off, while giving a glimpse into what propelled Matt Damon's character into his entry into the criminal family. Then the line, when I was your age they would say we can become cops, or criminals. Today, what I'm saying to you is this: when you're facing a loaded gun, what's the difference? Felt that was perfectly within the spirit of the entire movie, and sets the stage for what I consider to be one of the best films ever made. The Lion King, 1994. Can't believe I'm first with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Also, no Star Wars. Watchmen. Super Troopers. Deadpool. That opening scene was the pitching for the movie and the studio didn't like it. So Ryan Reynolds uploaded to and the rest is history. The Godfather. I think the scene where Bonacero asks Don Corleone for justice sets up our perspective about the Don pretty well. In that scene we instantly learn everything that Don Vito Corleone stood for. Edit, spelling. Speed. I am Speed. Mad Max, Fury Road. Nightmare Before Christmas. Everyone knows the intro. Kingsman set up the ridiculousness yet stylish action perfectly. Team America, World Police opened strong and sold the audience on the marionette performance to come. Blade, Blood Rave. The opening of Serenity was a stunningly tight exposition. In minutes you are given an overview of the verse and what its central conflict is. You are also given the antagonist, the operative, and how coldly pragmatic he is. You are shown just how much Simon cares for River, are given the whole layout of the ship. You are introduced to all the characters and see, by their interactions, their core beliefs and roles. There are some great openings listed in this thread, but I don't know that any of them hit the density of exposition as does Serenity. GoldenEye. The opening of X-Men 2 is so good. Nightcrawler kicking the shit out of the entire White House security and nearly assassinating the president, while intense choir music plays in the background. Legendary. Edit, my first ever medal. Thank you kind stranger. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.